Mr. Beulah Adeoye, it's good to have you on State Affairs.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
You know, going through your profile, one cannot help but to be excited. You graduated with first class from the Faculty of Law, University of Ibadan. You have worked as a partner at Deloitte. So some of us are wondering, you're still a young man. So why did you resign from Deloitte recently?
Thank you very much, Edmund. For me, it was important that I serve my people when I have the energy to do so, with the level of intensity, intentionality, and purposefulness as I did serve in the companies and the international organizations I did. Having worked in professional services and having put a lot of time into working with governments in the public sector and the private sector, etc., it became obvious to me that focusing on our development, on our growth, on our industrialization cannot, as a matter of necessity, be part-time. So yes, being at Deloitte as a partner is not only fulfilling and financially rewarding, because that's the height of your career in the #1 professional services firm in the world. And for many years, it was the #1 commercial brand in the world. Having been there for several years at the height, it's important for us to set the agenda for the development of our people and put behind it the same intentionality, the same intensity, whatever it will take us, rallying together the resources we have and intentionally make walk the talk. It's not when you're retired or you're done and then you have no energies. What would you give? I look at Singapore and the mileage they've made over time. Why can't Oyo State? Why can't we be the Singapore of Nigeria, of Africa? The people who developed those places were intentional. They spent time, strategized, and then had enough energy to implement, to execute, to see to fruition, and set the plan and the vision for the future, which is still. So I don't think it's a sacrifice too large for me to, step away from the comfort and the poshness of being a partner in a multinational and leading multinational teams to then focus on our people. Because in my view, being where we are, we must start making mileage to being world class. If you're not world class, you're probably no class.
You've talked about energy and you've talked about serving the people. When you say serving the people, do you want to put food on their table? Do you want to go into their houses and sweep it clean? What do you mean by serving the people?
Okay, thank you very much. What I learned in rising quickly through professional services and through a career is that one day you're the intern, you're the analyst, you're the contract staff, you're the follower. Another day you're the leader, making the decision, visioning, setting the strategy and the agenda, and being responsible for execution. What I've found is that to some extent I've been a follower, and I'm an ordinary citizen. Service to humanity, and for me, service to God and service to the people must be the highest order of attainment or achievement. That's for me. And when you're planted in a corner of the world, the Almighty did not make a mistake planting you there. I reflect on my life, retired from a partnership at 41, 1 year too late, I would say. The idea is that I've served myself. I've been able to make my family comfortable. What I'll eat and drink and enjoy is pretty much set, and I found that that's very little. What can we do together to start making mileage as a people for those people who will never have the opportunities and privileges and blessings that I have? I think it is time for us, for me, to focus on that and to start walking that talk.
At 41, you are obviously thinking of political power, right?
One of the ways to serve your people is through the instrumentality of governance. In our own setup in Africa, governance formally is set in the sphere of politics. To that extent, it will be a yes. I've been involved in philanthropic pursuits for quite a while, and there's only so much you can do. It's what you're doing is a complement to what the government is doing, but that instrumentality to serve the most people for their good for the longest tenure and to make the most lasting impact, in my own observation, is government. To that extent, getting involved in governance, in government, you can say in politics, will then be yes.